Morning.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, it is very interesting to see how our media is coordinated. On a short notice, to see you coming in such numbers is really making us proud of you as the media panel. Firstly, let me take this opportunity to greet you, the people from the media, the different houses present here. I'm accompanied by the National Chairperson, the Honorable Blessed Gwala, also by the Provincial Chairperson, the Honorable, who is also the Premier of this province, U18 Ndoli. I'm also accompanied by our GSA General Secretary for Administration in the Office of the IFP, Mr. Mbango. We are accompanied by a new member of the IFP who has made a bold decision to join the IFP family, Dr. Bongani Mngcwangu. We are going to have a very brief statement in this morning. I firstly want to thank you, the media, as I have indicated when I was greeting you, for responding to our short notice invitation. Your presence in your big numbers is a clear indication that you do not want to be left behind or to hear from other people. You want to be the first to respond, to report on any matter which is a key development in our country. Today marks an important moment for the Inkatha Freedom Party as we officially welcome Dr. Bongani Mngcwangu, the former Secretary General of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, as he has made a decision to join the IFP family. Dr. Bongani Mngcwangu brings with him a wealth of leadership experience from both the private and public sector. His distinguished career includes serving as a Chief Executive Officer of Sanlam Healthcare, the Chief Executive Officer of Netcare 911, and Managing Director of Bonitas Medical Fund Administration. His expertise and strategic insight will significantly strengthen the IFP as we intensify our mobilization efforts ahead of the upcoming local government elections. His decision to join the IFP is not incidental. It is a clear affirmation of the growing confidence in the IFP as a credible, principled, and values-driven political whole. This is not an isolated development, but across the country, South Africans from diverse political background, when they decide to find a new home, are choosing the IFP because they recognize us as a party rooted in integrity, constitutionalism, and ethical leadership. At a time of deep political uncertainty, the IFP stands firm as a beacon of stability, unity, and good governance. This coming Sunday, the 12th of April, I will continue this momentum by welcoming new members from MKP, ANC, and other political parties under Inkosi Langalibalele municipality at Escort, which is a further evidence that the IFP is expanding its footprint and reconnecting with communities on the ground. We enter this period with confidence and purpose. The IFP is fully in election mode. Our recent by-election successes reflect a growing trust from voters, and we are determined to build on this momentum. I'm sure the media knows, because they are following, that the last by-election in this province of KwaZulu-Natal was won by the IFP in December. The first by-election in this province in January was also won by the IFP. The second by-election in February in this province was also won by the IFP, and the three by-elections on the same date, which was a third by-election in this year in March, one in Nongoma and two in Nongoma and one in Abakulusi, they were all won by the IFP, which is a demonstration that amongst all political parties that we are competing with, people chooses to vote for the IFP. I want to thank Dr. Bongani Mngcwango for a bold decision and taking a responsible action. We do see some leaders, when they don't see the future in a political party where they are forming new political parties. Any formation of a new political party now does not have a viability of succeeding. This is why I specifically thank Dr. Mngcwango that instead of trying to form something new that might not have the support of the people of South Africa, he carefully sat down and considered the options amongst the political parties within the political space, and eventually chose to join the IFP. We welcome you, Dr. Mngcwango, and we are looking forward to your experience, your expertise, contributing in growing the IFP, but above all, serving the people of South Africa. On 13 April, Monday next week, we will convene our National Council to chart a decisive road towards the local government elections. This will be followed by the extended National Council on the 20th of April, bringing together over 600 leaders across the country to consolidate our strategy and readiness for the local government elections. We call on all South Africans to register to vote without delay. Do not wait for the voter registration weekend in June. Registration is already open online and at IEC offices. The future of our country is in the municipalities because that is where people live. The upcoming local government elections are a decisive step where the citizens of our country must make their mark through their vote in selecting the candidates that will represent them the best to ensure that services are delivered in their communities. As I indicated, the future of our country, the economic development of our country rests on how our municipalities perform, because, as I said, that is where citizens are. As I conclude, I want to thank you once again, the people of the media, for ensuring that you continue to make the public informed instantly. Those of you who are live in their streaming as we speak, people get informed instantly. Those who will be reporting immediately after this introduction, the public of our country will get the first-hand information from you as the media. We enjoy a constructive criticism as a political party. So never be afraid to raise critical issues with us as a political party. That is why we invited you, because we will be open to any question that you may raise. Thank you very much for ensuring that this message is communicated to our country, as we have made a special welcome to our new member, uDokotela uMncwane. As a sign of welcoming you into this family, Dr. Mncwane, I would request that I hand over to you this keyboard. You can put it over that nice tie.
You can try. Okay. Oh, a nice shot.
Nice shot. Okay. Just for the photo. Ngenxa yokuthi istatement besisifishane, ngicela ningivumele ukuba ngenze ngokufingqiwe. Kuyintokozo enkulu osukwini lwanamhlanje, sibingelela kinina bonke abezindaba, sibingelele kubo bonke abantu bakithi eNingizimu neAfrika. Sithobeka kakhulu ukubona abezindaba esikhathini esifishane esenze isimemo salokhu kuhlangana nifike ngobuningi kangaka. Lokhu ke kusenza sibe nokujabula nokuqonda ukuthi abezindaba banesibopho abakwazi ukuthi basukumele phezulu sokwenza abantu bakithi behlale bazi ukuthi kwenzakalani ezweni. Nikhombise ngokusobala ukuthi anifuni ukuzwa ngabanye kodwa nifuna ukuzibonela bukhoma abanye benu basakaze bukhoma. Namhlanje ke usuku olukhethekileyo ngiphelezela usihlalo kazwelonke umhlonishwa uBlessed Gwala, ngiphelezele usihlalo wesifundazwe saKwaZulu Natal obuyabe undunankulu kulesi sifundazwe umhlonishwa uAT Ntuli. Ngiphelezela futhi umphathi wehhovisi umnumzana uMbango la sizokwethula khona ngokusemthethweni ukwemukela uDokotela uBongani Mngcwango njengelunga elisha leqembu lenkatha yenkululeko. Sithi uDokotela uBongani Mngcwango egameni leqembu leIFP sikwemukela ngezandla ezivulekile nangenhliziyo ezimhlophe. Iqembu leIFP yiqembu labantu bentando enhle, the Revolution of Goodwill. Sithobeka kakhulu ukuba uDokotela uMngcwango onolwazi olunzulu esikhathini esedlule ube unobhala jikelele weqembu leMKP, kodwa ngaphezulu kwalokho unolwazi olunzulu njengoba uke waba uCEO ezinkampanini ezizimele nasezinkampanini ezisebenza ngaphansi kokuvuleka emphakathini. Njengoba abaningi bethu bayamazi ukuthi uDokotela uMngcwango ube uCEO waSanlam Health, waphinda waba uCEO waNetcare 911, wabuye futhi waba uManaging Director wawaBonitas Medical Fund Administration. Kwezokuphatha ke unolwazi olunzulu, kwezamaqhinga futhi ukusimamisa ibhizinisi noma i-institution noma inhlangano unolwazi olujulileyo. Simemukela ke njengelunga elisha leIFP nawo wonke amakhono, amava nolwazi analo ukuba azokhulisa iqembu leIFP, ukuba azofaka ihlombe kulomsebenzi esiwenzayo thina njengabaholi abangaphakathi, kodwa ke ngaphezulu kwakho konke ukuba azosebenzela intando enhle yabantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Njengoba sesisemgqiqweni wokulungiselela ukhetho lohulumeni basekhaya, amava afika nawo azosenza sibe sezingeni elihle kakhulu ukuba abantu beqhubeke njalo ngokusethemba. Sithobeka kakhulu ngoba uma sibheka imiphumela yama-by-election okuyiyona esikala ngayo ukuthi abantu bazizwa kanjani ngamaqembu ezombusazwe, i-by-election yokugcina la KwaZulu Natal ebengoDisemba inqotshwe yi-IFP, i-by-election yokuqala KwaZulu Natal ebengoJanuwari inqotshwe yi-IFP, i-by-election yesibili ebengoFebruwari inqotshwe yi-IFP, ama-by-election esithathu abengoMarch, abamathathu ngosuku olulodwa onke anqotshwe yi-IFP. Ngakho-ke ukuba uDokotela uMngcwango akhethe ukuzoba ingxenye yeqembu le-IFP akubanga nje yiphutha, kodwa kube umphumela wokuthi ekujuleni uma ebuka ukuthi ikuphi la angafaka khona ihlombe ukuyisa phambili impilo yabantu bakithi, akhethe ukuba azoba ingxenye yeqembu le-IFP. Siyakwemukela ke Mphephethe, siyazi ukuthi baningi abazokulandela nabakholelwa kuwe. Iqembu le-IFP yikusasa labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika, umndeni wabantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Yingakho amasango ethu evuliwe, sinxenxa wonke umuntu ukuba azoba ingxenye yalomndeni weqembu lenkatha yenkululeko. Ngosuku lwangesonto ngomhla ka-12 April ngizobe ngilapha e-Escort nabaholi beqembu lenkatha yenkululeko siyomukela iy'nkulungwane zabantu abazobe bezojoyina iqembu le-IFP. Ngiyembone kwi-social media bethi simukela abantu abangekho. Nangu uDokotela uMncwango, akusilo nje ilunga, an ordinary member, and umuntu obekade uyi-Secretary General in an organization. Sonke siyakuqonda ukuthi kusuke umuntu owusondo nzima ngoba uyena osuke ephethe inhliziyo nenjini yenhlangano leyo kade unobhala jikelele kuyo. Njengoba ke sizobe sise-Escort ngesonto, sizobe siqhubeka kuwo umgqiqo wokulungela ukhetho lohulumeni basekhaya. Iqembu lenkatha yenkululeko selilungele ukhetho ukuba siyoba yizwi labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika, ngoba omasipala yila abantu behlala khona, yila idingo zabo ihlangabezeka khona. Isona zinga likahulumeni okumele lisebenze kangcono ukuhlangabeza idingo zabantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Angiphethe-ke ngokusho ukuthi ngomhla ka-13 April ngomsombuluko ozayo sinomhlangano we-National Council okuyisona sigungu esikhulu phakathi kwama-conferences ukuba sizohlahla indlela yokuya okhethweni lohulumeni basekhaya olulandelayo. Bese kuthi ngomhla ka-20 April ngesonto elilandelayo sizoba nomhlangano omkhulu ozoba lapha eMpangeni kwimbizo hall. Sizobe sihlanganisa abaholi bakazwelonke abangaphezu kwama600 la sizophothula khona iqhingasu lethu lokulungela ukuyokhethweni nokunqoba ukhetho lohulumeni basekhaya. Ngakho-ke Dokotela uMncwango ufika ngesikhathi esikahle, ufika ngesikhathi la siphothula khona futhi siqinisekise ukuthi sesikulungele ukuba sibe yizwi labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Kwemukelekile-ke Mpangazitha kusekhaya, amava, ulwazi namakhono onawo sizowavulela izandla ukuba wenze umnikelo ukuba iqembu lenkatha yenkululeko likhule libe impela yikhaya labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika okwakuwumbono umntwana waphinda ngene. Ngesikhathi esungula iqembu lenkatha yenkululeko wayesungula ikhaya labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Sithokoza kakhulu ukuthi lo mbono wakhe usaqhubeka ukunxenxa ngisho nalabo ebesingaboni ngokufana, njengoba-ke usuyilunga le-IFP Mpangazitha ususekhaya. Konke ukuhlukana kuke kwaba khona kusele esikhathini esedlule, sesiwumndeni owodwa, umndeni we-IFP nekhaya labantu baseNingizimu neAfrika. Sithokoza kakhulu kunina bezindaba ngokuba nisinikeze leli thuba ukuba sethule ngokusemthethweni uDokotela uMncwango. Siyabonga.
Thank you, Honorable Mulawayo. Colleagues, I think guessing is now over as to who will be joining the Inkatha Freedom Party, because I understand yesterday I received a number of calls. However, it was embargoed until this morning. Colleagues, thanks President for understanding the marching orders. We have to give the statement in English and isiZulu, so colleagues Now we'll be taking questions. We understand that you have some burning questions. The colleagues will introduce themselves, the media briefing they're coming from, and then pose the question. For the first round, I will take 5 questions, allow the leadership to give responses, and then we'll take the next round. Hopefully we won't keep you for too long. However, we will give Dr. Mwango an opportunity to have a word. However, that will only happen after the questions that will come from your colleagues. My colleague first, they will help you with the microphone. Yeah, we can.
It's Latano's Eyewitness News. My question, the first one is directed to you, Dr. Mwango. How did you come to this conclusion? One would say there are various political parties, but why IFP specifically? What attracted you to the party? And I think since you made news last month about your excellence SG, we've never really had the why. Are you able to delve out now that you're outside this life? The second one is directed to Bulawayo. Since the 2021 polls, you've won as the IFP over 40 by-elections in KwaZulu-Natal North. Does this speak to what you'll be showcasing in the 2026 polls? And lastly, are there municipalities that you think you will be able to save, or more that you'll be able to snatch? I remember in 2021, leading up to the polls, you have said you are going to take a lot of municipalities, including district municipalities, and it did happen, but at the time you did not tell much. Are there municipalities that IFP is not running by setting its sights on ahead of these upcoming polls? Thank you.
We'll give the microphone to my colleague Ujek, then from Ujek we'll go to Ayanda Mlomo.
My name is Jack from Daily News. I think my colleague has covered my other part of the question. I just wanted to ask the President, in what capacity is the good doctor being brought into the organization? And in response to, I think I'm just going to elaborate on Ntanda's question as to Dr. Mwango. What made you also leave the MKP? Was it because you saw that there was no growth within the organization, or there was just no stability in it? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I am Sean from the SAPC, and my question is directed to you, President. Apologies, we haven't had time to speak to you in quite a while, and I hear you say that as IFP, you're almost ready for the elections. Maybe just to look at your municipalities, since that you've mentioned you've been doing well in by-elections, but if we look at the state of some of the IFP-run municipalities, there's still some work that needs to happen there. It's been issues, governance issues, administrative issues. Are you not concerned though about the state of your municipalities, service delivery concerns as well? I won't name them, President, you know them, but what is your plan to turn around those municipalities?
And colleagues, since I saw only 3 hands in the first round, I will allow the President to respond, and after the President, I will then allow Dr. Mwango.
No, thank you very much for the questions that has been raised. Dr. Mwango will make his discretion how he will respond to these questions. But we would not like to use this platform to talk about the MKP. We would like to use this opportunity to talk about Dr. Mwango. Now being a member of the IFP, what do you see going forward? The reasons why he left the MKP belong to the past and somehow not relevant. And we would not like to use the opportunity to talk about another political party on a negative light, because obviously whatever might made him to leave could not have been a good reason. And he will use his discretion how he respond to those questions. But for media, don't be disappointed if he doesn't respond, because we believe in respecting other political parties and affairs dealing with other political parties not to be used, not to be expressed through the platforms where we are looking forward. Indeed, Nhlanhla, as we indicated when we were going to 2021 local government election, that we will win the majority of municipalities, and the media doubted it, but indeed it happened. We have our eyes in a number of municipalities which are harm municipalities as we speak. And some of those municipalities are not under our control, and that is where our eyes are. But the first priority is to maintain the municipalities we govern now. A clear statement has been communicated to our mayors, our speakers, our deputy mayors, and our councillors that the municipalities that we won in 2021 and that we are governing either alone or as a coalition, we want to maintain those municipalities. And we are working very hard on a consolidation strategy to consolidate what we have. And secondly, we are working very hard on advancing to new municipalities. As you rightly indicated, Mabaso, the record tells is over 40 by-elections since 2021. And no other political party has that record, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. And the majority of these by-elections, we were taking them from other political parties. We were maintaining those which were created as a result of some death or resignation on our side, but at most, we were taking them from other political parties, which is a sign of growth, a sign of being a choice of the people of this country. So now, we are looking at more number of municipalities under our control in the upcoming local government elections. I wouldn't want to mention them by name because I might waking up people who are asleep. We know them. Our eyes are on them. Then number two, on the question by Jack from Daily News, or definitely that one will be responded to by Dr. Mngwango. And then the third one from my sister Umhlongo, the state of your municipalities. Yes, we are very concerned about the state of some of our municipalities. Just on Monday, as it is Wednesday today, in the very same building, we had a meeting with some of our municipalities who are on the public domain, not for good news, but for bad news. When you deal with human beings are always human beings. But the good thing with the IFP, consequence management. We do not shy away. Once we are convinced that it is beyond anything you can do to support these people, we actively introduce consequence management. Now, we have a series of meetings. Even last week, we had a meeting with other two municipalities who are on the public domain, not for good reasons, because of some shortcomings. But what is pleasing us. The majority of our municipalities are doing well, and under limitations financially and human personnel, they are doing very well. And even when we look at the audit outcome, they are doing very well in terms of adopting funded budget. We have issued a notice to all of them that if you adopt an unfunded budget, you are committing lies to the public, because you say, I'm going to do this, but you know you don't have that money. Now, we are shaping them to do what is right, to ensure that services are given, but in a precise way. Yes, the municipalities that are challenged, we are dealing with them. The first choice, give support. Continue with support. And when we realize it doesn't work, we recall and allow other colleagues to ensure that they bring change in the state of our municipalities for the benefit of our people. Baba Mncamo, simukela umuntu wakini lapha Bangazitha. Ungeza Bangazitha ngapha. We still do have a seat for you, our Deputy Secretary General. Jack, yeah, I can see that I missed your question. You said Dr. Mncamo is joining the IFP in what capacity? He joins the IFP as a member. It ends there, as we do it today. For any person to occupy any position, you first become a member. The IFP operates in that fashion. Obviously, tomorrow you can hear us announcing him as an organizer. We might be a first political party to have an organizer being a doctor. Why? We look at the abilities, capabilities, experience, and knowledge a person has. Once he has got into our structures, correctly welcome, as we have done today, we are going to take a program now to introduce him even to our structures. And as the time goes, develop, we will deploy him in whatever position to which he will fit best in order to advance the good cause of the revolution of goodwill. But we welcome him as a member. Dr. Mncamo, they want to hear you. What do you see as the future and why you decided to join the IFP?
Good day to you all, members of the media. With the greatest of humility, I appreciate the introduction, President Wetu Ungocha, and I'm humbled also to be welcomed in the presence of Ubaba Umpepete, our national chairperson, and also owe my gratitude to Baba Mpemba Ndonankulu, Ubaba ke Honorable Tami Untuli, osiphethe futhi njengosifundazwe sase-KZN. Ayangihlupha abafuna ke manje ningixolele. Akithi ngifunda ama messages abafuna bafuna ukuza and then Ubaba ke Umbango, thank you so much, what means Secretary Wetu. I see kungena indoda laphana ecishe benhle ifuze mina Bangazithi. Okay, Nhlanhla, You asked a question about how did you choose IFP. I think that's a very good question. There's probably 3 or 4 points to your question. Number one, I had 4 offers, and out of those 4 offers, IFP was one of them. And looking at the depth and the fabric of each organization, looking at the experience in politics, looking at the level of stability within that organization, looking at the potential growth for that organization going forward, and looking at the leadership, because the leadership bench is very important. It's no good running ahead of yourself out of excitement, only to find that you get frustrated working with people that probably have a different agenda than what you have joined the organization for. So IFP actually crossed Jordan when it came to my decision. One of the things you would remember, we have 257 municipalities in South Africa out of 9 provinces. We do have 8, of course, metropolitans, as you would remember, and we have 44 district municipalities and 205 local municipalities. If you look at the potential growth for IFP, to me it presented a much appetizing challenge, because we are sitting at 19 outright majority municipalities as IFP, which takes us to just a little over 7% of total municipalities in South Africa. If you move from 7%, that gives you a big margin to grow, which means labas compitanabo by in terms of size, which is easier to slice umawena ungaphansi kwabo size. So that was reason number 1, potential growth in terms of incremental growth for membership, and also looking at stability as an organization. It does provide the platform, IFP, for one to exercise the opportunity to present whatever initiatives you may have. You are dealing with a leadership core that has been around for a while, and pretty much mature leaders in the IFP. Izinto eziningi azenziwa ngokuphapha nokukhula. Izinto zakhona you think twice before you make a step. So that was attractive to me. But the third point is, if you look at IFP, for some reason, and President Donankulu, Sihlalo wetu, DSG wetu, Babumbango, at some stage we will have some time to take another look at ourselves as an organization. Most of you do not know this, that the founding principles of Inkatha Freedom Party were actually gathered by the 1912 Liberation Movement. That 1912 Liberation Movement later turned into what we call today Kwagogo, ANC, of course. So that was 1912. Now, the founding principles of Inkatha Freedom Party was started by Umntwana. It was for the purpose of serving the people of South Africa. And the 1912 Liberation Movement, the whole purpose was to unite the Africans, especially the disenfranchised. So you have that core mandate of Inkatha Freedom Party, which has not been well projected, especially to the young ones that were not there in the early days when some of us were growing up singing Mavulandlela. So I think that for me presents a new path to really chart the direction of the South African politics differently. You have the extremists on the left, you have the rightists, the conservatives on the right who want to maintain the status quo. The extremists want everything to be changed. If you follow Inkatha's legacy, you will find that actually the platform Inkatha provides is one of a win-win solution. Those that are sitting on the left and right will all come together, so we all win in this country of our forefathers instead of a win-lose situation. So that to me was one element of excitement to join Inkatha Freedom Party. I saw your question, Jack. You said you were covered by Unhlanhla, and I think I've answered that one, but I think President Wetu said it well when he said, I cannot use the Inkatha Freedom Party made a briefing platform to box a boxer that is not in the ring with us. We cannot do that. That's irresponsible and not professional at all. So all I can tell you is that the choice I made was timely and relevant, and of course I believe the expertise, the experience, and whatever qualifications I have, they will serve the people of South Africa and the people of KZN very well. I thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Mwango, as well as the President. Before we take follow-up questions, if there are any, let's give colleagues who have not had an opportunity to ask a question to the platform. I will start with my colleague at the back. Well, it seems like everything is here. And yes, thank you.
Good morning, leaders. I'm Sweet Somali from News 24. In your statement, President Lisa, you mentioned that the National Council is going to sit twice this month to discuss its election, local government election program. But the IFP must be committed that it will have an elective conference this year before August. Now, the party is silent about that. We want to know if the IFP will still have an elective conference this year.
Yeah, no, it sounds like that is the only question. No, thank you very much, my brother from News 24. We are not going to have the National Council twice in a month, but one. The National Council is meeting on the 13th of April. That is 100 leaders. That is a top structure that makes decisions in between conferences. And then on the 20th is extended National Council, over 600 leaders nationwide. So are two different structures. Why are we having these two structures? The National Council on the 13th of April will discuss the very same question you are raising, elective conference. We're going to table this matter before them because constitutionally, they are a structure that makes decisions in between conferences. On the 28th, we want to filter down at the same time to 600 and above leaders of the IFP, the strategy and readiness for the local government election, because we will be bringing together all councillors of the IFP from Gauteng, from Mpumalanga, from KwaZulu-Natal, because these are the three provinces where we have warm bodies as councillors, and all secretaries of districts and constituencies from 9 provinces. We will bring them under one roof. All members of the National Assembly, members of the provincial assemblies, KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng, in order to ensure that we roll out the readiness together for them to take it down to our branches, communities, where they live. When we say we are ready, we are not just doing a talking. We are actually have done the groundwork, and we are ready now to roll out the program. We are going to use the 1st of May. I'm not diverting to your question. We are going to use the 1st of May, which will be a Workers' Day, one, to champion the interest of the workers, but secondly, to launch the voter registration. On the 1st of May, once we have finalized our consultation with the chairperson of this province, or the Honorable A.T. Nduli, who is working on the logistics of where this event is going to be, we will be launching the voter registration to canvass and mobilize people to go and register, because our readiness without people actually registering to vote might not achieve the goal we want to achieve. I want to conclude by saying the National Council last year made a decision in terms of the conference of getting all structures on board. Even yesterday, we were rolling out a plan that over the coming weekend, 11th and 12th, those who are active in the social media will see throughout the IFP will be holding meetings. If it is not on the 11th, the meeting will sit on the 12th, on Sunday. Throughout the country, we are ensuring that the few remaining branches that have not yet been inaugurated, we are working on a plan to get them inaugurated. My brother, the Deputy Secretary General, the Honorable Albert Mngwangu, in the office of the Secretary General, he is the one that is working with the SG to finalize the outstanding branches to be inaugurated, because that is the readiness of structures that we need to do first when you have to have a conference. We do not want to have an experience of what we saw a few weeks ago, where members challenge the conference because of certain issues that had not been addressed properly. We will tick every box in terms of being ready and then go ahead. But above all, the IFP is in a good shape. It's not going to rush any decision. It will make a decision at the right time. That is why we are calling the National Council on Monday next week. But we are ready for anything. The only thing that we will not do is to jump certain steps and then find people challenging the sitting of the conference. As I said, we respect talking about other people, but you learn what happens in other political parties when you have not done the due diligence to ensure that the democracy is given fair time to be exercised. I'm sure, my brother, I responded to your question.
Thank you so much, President. And that brings us to the end of our media briefing. Once again, colleagues, thank you for honoring our invitation in such a short notice. And we understand that you had to make some amendments on your diary to accommodate us. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, just one thing, Jefanele. Oh, it looks like, are you raising a hand?
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah. Share. So it is.
I just wanted, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Angibonge Mashenga. Mhlambe ke noma ngasezulu kuyiphendula yonke ngokugcwele ngendlela bengibeke ngayo ngoQueen. Kodwa ukuphendula umbuzo othi oqala kwenzeke kanjani mhlambe ngiqome iIFP. Bengenawo amasoka abengishela abemane kodwa ke iIFP bengelinye lala umasoka. Ucuke ngikhiphileke ku-IFP ngezathu ke ezilandelayo. Number 1, ngibuke ukuthi inhlangano esimkantshubomvu uma ubheka kumlando ngoba ke kulonyaka nje besihlanganisa iminyaka ya51. Okwesibili kwasuba ke ukuvuthwa kobuholi, ukukhula kobuholi kubalekile ukuthi uma ungena emuthweni noma kwinhlangano ubheka ukuthi abantu ozokusebenza nabo nabaholi bavuthwe kangakanani. Okwesithathu ke sasesithi uma ubheka omasipala bonke base South Africa kuyifundazwe ezishagalolunye ba 257. Sasesithi ke kulokho uma ucaza uzothola ke ayisishagalombili esingathi amadolobhakazi ma-metros bese kuba ke aweyifunda ama-districts awu-44 bese kuthi lezi ezinye ke zamakhulu 205 205 ama-local municipalities. Sase sibuka ngokuthi ke ngoba thina sinama outright majority lasiphethe khona 19 isinikeza ke ithuba elihle lokukhula ukuthi ke ziningi indawo esizokwazi ukuthola i-membership kuzona, kakhulukazi ke njengoba sibheke ku-local elections ngo-2026. Omasipala ke iyona targeted enkulu and okumnandi ke kuba ukuthi ubheka ubuso be-candidate leyo ufanele iphathe kulo ndawo, awubheki kakhulukazi ubuholi obuphezulu kodwa ubheka lapho. So ngenxa yokuthi ke ba nawo ke umlando wokuba nozinzo kwenza kube lula ukuthi noma sesibeka ke labo bantu ku-local. Ezinye zezinto ke ezingenze ngathi ke angiqome ngapha ku-IFP. Khona kumbuzo obubuziwe bakumphemba obuthi ngisukeleni lena busho njalo Mphemba? Yeah. Oh, okay. Mhlambe ngeke yabona ngesingisi bathi the less said about other political parties the better. Ngoba kuba unfair ukukhuluma engekho ozophendula kodwa ngingakunikeza nje ngikutshontshele ukuthi igaba ntshintshi la khona phume kanjani ke. I think ubuzwe angisazi ngoJack ngisakhumbula ukuthi phume kanjani uma ungena embuthweni noma kwi-organization ngevision oyithengiselwe wakholelwa kuyona. Uyaye expect ukuthi ke ubuholi obungaphakathi uzohamba ngalo vision. Uma kodwa kukhona ke ukungaboni ngasolinye nevision idlwenguleka uzobeka nje kanjalo, kuyakufanele ukuthi nawe uzanelise ukuthi cha uyaqhubeka nokuyidlwengula ivision ye-founder noma uyajabula ukuthi uvalelise uye la ozoba khona ukuthokomala. Ileso sizathu ke ngingazange nje ngeqa amagula lana ke la ngangiphuma khona kwakuthiwa kagogo lapha ke umongameli ngibuyele kwamkhulu IFP. Ngiyabonga.
Yeah, there was a request from Pemba just to wait.
Yes.
Yeah, now you, as a chairperson of the Congress, expressing
Well, thank you, Honourable President. The media was invited for the President to address the media and respond to the questions. We are there as leaders to support the President in this very remarkable progress in the IFP. As the entire leadership, I will respond in respect of what the President is saying, that I must make a comment, otherwise I was going to decline. It's an important question though. Dr. Mngwanga is coming from KwaZulu-Natal. He's a resident of Umlalas. He may be living in other areas, but originally from Umlalas, where we are governing as the IFP. He has influence, is going to help us. And in the province, you know that when I was confronted with the motion of no confidence on the 15th of December, Dr. Mngwango was on the other side. In fact, even the members of the MKP who were in the legislature, when they saw him, they said, oh, our SG, so now it's our member. So yeah, I am quite hopeful that we are going to make a lot of inroads. Not only in the MKP, in KwaZulu-Natal, as the president has already indicated that he will be welcoming new members. You will be surprised to know the requests that are on the table already to welcome new members from different areas. And it's going to add value in our work as the Provincial Executive Committee in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, because when we work in KwaZulu-Natal, we work on behalf of the president and the entire national leadership, and having Dr. Mngwango alongside in our programs is inspiring hope that we are going to see thousands and thousands of MKP members joining the IFP, and members from other political parties also joining the IFP. I want to believe, Honourable President, that we did not win by elections because only IFP voted for the IFP. People of KwaZulu-Natal voted for the IFP. So that is inspiring and encouraging that as a party, in fact, we are at a point wherein people are able to identify the significance of the IFP in providing service to the people. We are in government, as you know, both national and provincial, and I'm quite hopeful that Dr. Mngwango's presence is going to communicate a correct message about IFP to even the members of the MKP who will be inspired to also join the IFP. I will be just brief and only, and thank you very much, President, for allowing me to respond. Well, isithangami lesabindaba besimemelwe ke umongameli ukuba azothulela abantu bakwaZulu-Natal naseNingizimu Afrika lolu uhambo olusemqoka kangaka lokwemukela uDokotela Mngwango. Kodwa ngoba usethe umongameli kangiphawule ke ngiphawula ngokuthi kubaleke kakhulu kabi ukukhona buka Dr. Mngwango kwisifunda saKwaZulu-Natal ngoba ungwaseshowe ekhaya kubo la siphethe khona siyazi ukuthi nakhona unomthelela omkhulu kangakanani. Sibonile ibalo lezi ka 2024. Manje ke sinethemba ukuthi njengoba sesinaye ke sisukela esimeni esasi ngamnandi njenganamhlanje mhla 15 la khona babethi hayi asabthemba ubuholi bukaPhondo uNankulu ehlezi ngakweyindawo ke ejatshulelwa nabanye bangakubo ukuthi awu nangu unobhala jikelele wethu manje kusengowethu usengapha kwe-IFP. Sinethemba ukuthi lokho kuzokwenza ukuthi abantu babuye bazojoin i-IFP ngoba bebona ngempela ukuthi uma inkatha ijoinwa odokotela besuke ezikhundleni eziphezulu kangaka kusho ukuthi ngempela kusuke isinqumo esifanelekile uma ngabe uyojoina iqembu lenkatha Freedom Party. Sizosebenza ke naye nathi ke lapha esifundazweni ukuzama ukukhulisa iqembu ukufinyelela konke abantu abakwamanye amaqembu abantu bafuna ukuze enkatheni ikakhulukazi labe kade kuyikhala lakhe kwi-MKP. Sinethemba lokuthi ukusebenza nangosilekelela ngiphawulela ukuthi ke ningamangala mina senithola ukuthi bangakanani abantu abami ngomumo abafuna ukujoina iqembu le-IFP kuyomukelwa eqinisweni njengomongameli kade Phawula nje ukuthi uyobamukela la KwaZulu-Natal impela amakhona amaningi baningi okuyisikhathi sethu esingazange savuma ukuthi kwenzeke kodwa enizokubona kuqhubeka kwenzeka ukukhombisa ukuthi iqembu lenkatha linokwesekwa kangakanani. Ingakho nje nakuma by elections iqembu lenkatha belingawini ngamalungu enkatha kuphela. Khona abantu bakwaZulu-Natal bebevota bengasona amalungu enkatha ngenxa yokubuka ukuthi awu nansi inkatha ikhona kuhulumeni isebenza indlela eqondile Sekuphawuleka uDokotela uMncwangu ngeke ngisaphinda ke ngaphetha nje kanjalo ukuthi uDokotela uMncwangu impela sizogijima naye sizosebenza naye. Siyathokoza.
Sabonga kakhulu kakhulu ngalesi sithanga msebenzi indaba baningani sabonga kakhulu ukuthi nizile nazojoyina namhlanje siyaxolisa ukuthi kube nomoya oshisayo besenzela ngifunye ukuthi sizokwazi ukuthi ama-sounds singafiki kwi-background.
Just one mistake. Ngoba nizobe nenza your records, just to correct, the Extended National Council is 19 April on Sunday, not 20 April, so that you do not confuse those who are following your stories. It's just a correction on the date. Thank you so much.